This is a CBS News special report. I'm Jeff Glor, reporting from CBS News headquarters in New York. Good afternoon. Another wild day of trading has just ended on Wall Street. At one point this afternoon, the Dow had fallen by more than 1,600 points before recovering slightly to close down now 1175. The Dow has now fallen by more than 5% since hitting its all-time high on January 26th. So a very active and for a time concerning day on Wall Street, given this 1,600-point slide. CBS News correspondent Bianca Golodryga is here to put some of this in perspective. We've gotten used to these bigger swings one way or the other in this day and age, but this was a big one.
Yeah, we typically see these big swings in this range headed down, right? Not necessarily up. We knew this day was coming. What goes up inevitably will go down. Just to put this into perspective, though, since the president at its peak, since he's been in office, the market has been up some 30%. So a lot of people wondering why today, why now? Another reminder that the stock market is not the U.S. economy. We got better than expected news coming out Friday with that jobs report, 88 straight months of job gains in this country. We've also seen wage gains that we've been desperately in need of over the past few years. And that now sparks concerns about inflation. And that then becomes the Federal Reserve's responsibility. They have two jobs, mainly the Federal Reserve, to keep unemployment low and to keep inflation in check. Over the past 10 years, interest rates have been at zero or near zero. Since we've started to see wages go up, however, there's been concern that interest rates will start to go up, and thus we're starting to see this sell-off.
And we have a new Fed chair with hands full.
Yeah,
right
not
now.
A great first day for him, at least from a stock market perspective, but he can handle it.
So at this point, I mean, there are certainly folks who feel that a correction or even beyond that would have some additional room to run here, given how significant this run-up has been. But then, as you point out, there's plenty of underlying positives in how the economy is doing, and you make this proper point that the market is not the economy.
That's right. And right now, from a global perspective, we've seen fewer headwinds than we typically have. We've seen global markets, as you've been covering at this network and the evening news, growing over the past quarter. So a lot of people concerned about this number that we've seen today. Of course, it could turn into some sort of psychological concern if this continues over the next few days or weeks from a consumer confidence perspective. But again, a correction would typically be 10% decline, and then a bear market technically would be a 20% drop.
And remember, so we're down 4.6% for the day, 1,100 points, which sounds like 1,200 points, which does sound like a lot. Black Monday was 22%.
That's right.
That
right.
happens. All right, much more about this day on Wall Street and this sell-off on your local news on this CBS station. Bianca, thank you very much. On our 24-hour streaming news service, CBSN, and right here tonight on the CBS Evening News. Until then, I'm Jeff Glor, CBS News in New York.
For news 24 hours a day, go to cbsnews.com.